Arvell Reese burst onto the scene for Ohio State's defense this season. He stood out early, made huge plays, and was noticed by everyone. Time has gone on, things have changed, and Reese has kind of regressed just a little bit. People are wondering why we haven't seen the same Arvell Reese, why the hype has died down, why his draft stock has died down. We are going to talk about what has happened with Arvell Reese and what we can expect in the college football playoff. Lock in, it's time for the Ohio State Football Report. We have waited a long time for Ohio State to begin their college football playoff run, but we are just days away. Smash that hype button. It's just to the right of the comment section. Scroll over, smash it. If you are hyped for the Buckeyes to get at it, they'll begin with Miami, but we are hoping for much, much more. And I know you Buckeye fans, you got the hype, so hit that hype button right now to prove it. We are talking Arvell Reese. This is a tough one because everybody was really excited about Arvell Reese. I predicted a good Arvell Reese start to the season, and that's what we saw from him, especially, and that Texas game just began his stock, his draft stock rising and rising and rising, fan favorite, Cleveland, Glenville, all over the place to begin the season. His stats have changed to a point that fans and experts have begun to notice. You can use the word regression, you can use the word change, you can talk production. There's a lot of different ways to look at Arvell Reese. Now, first things first, if you're going to say, oh, no, you're wrong, dude. Just relax. You don't know ball. Let's take a look at why people are actually saying this, right? So great stats here from Adam Carter, some impact data if you want to give him a follow on Twitter. The first 10 weeks for Arvell Reese, rushing the passer, getting after the quarterback, sacks, tackles for loss, pressure rate up, true pass rush stats, win rate, all of it up, stock up. And then weeks 11 through the conference championship game against Indiana, everything down. And we're talking about a major change, right? No sacks. I put it down below when we started this. Not a sack since the Penn State game. And again, we will discuss why this is and what you think and all that in just a second. So you do have a true regression in all these categories here. If you need to pause and really break down that list, you have a true regression there. The other regression that's been noted, and I've kind of seen it and taken some notice of, his draft status, right? When Chat Sports did their first, our first mock draft from Tom Downey in November, 4th overall, Reese was going to the Dolphins, right? 4th, a top 5 pick. Fast forward to right now, 13th. Dropping 10 spots, essentially, in the NFL draft in the first round is huge. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of status. That's a lot going on for Arvell Reese. So you see his stats have regressed statistically, and also his draft status has changed. And that is a big deal for Arvell Reese. I want to check in with you guys before we get too deep into everything else with Arvell Reese. What is your confidence level in the guy that burst onto the scene for Ohio State, looked like a key piece in a great defense? If it's 1, that means chill, bro, relax. If it's 10, it means I need to talk to Ryan Day right away. Scale it for me, 1 to 10 down below. So my personal thought on this, something is different, not wrong, right? If you say something's wrong with Arvell Reese, that's not correct. Something is different with the way Reese is playing in general. Now, from Ryan Day, the last thing we heard about Arvell Reese, he attributed the lack of statistical production to game planning, right? And initially I thought, okay, and a lot of people said, they're using Arvell Reese as a spy instead of more of a pass rusher, get after the quarterback person, go after the quarterback. That's what Ohio State has done more of than having him pass rush. And again, we've seen that in the statistics. It has changed a little bit. But I think what we didn't also consider is, and when we say the game plan for Arvell Reese has changed, I also think we need to consider the other team, right? The opponents have changed things with what they've done for Arvell Reese. Cotton Bowl Media Day availability, defensive coordinator Matt Patricia. Love the hat, by the way. I think he always looks good in that. First thing he said about Arvell Reese, a lot of stuff we attacked early in the season. Now I think teams have kind of seen enough film on it, right? Teams adapt, teams change. So a lot of times they'll slide into his spot. They're watching Arvell Reese. They're going after Arvell Reese. That's my note, not Matt Patricia's. They're sliding to where he is. They'll try to make sure they have him accounted for in different ways. Again, extra blocking, pushing him to the outside. Even I've seen some plays where they used extra tight ends to get Reese off the ball so he had to cover. So that's great. Listen to Matt Patricia. He likes that. that gives opportunities to other players on the field to be able to have opportunities when that happens. We will talk about that in just a second with more on Arvell Reese and those players benefiting from the situation there. Do want to let you guys know now, this episode brought to you by PrizePicks. Holiday season, I've told you guys it's the best time of year for sports. You got bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. While you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which games to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. My best friend didn't even know what a first down was. Then we're hanging out during Christmas. I'm showing her the app. I'm showing her how everything works on PrizePicks. Next thing you know, the next couple of games we're watching, she's locked in. We're looking at the app. It's a really great time to do that with all the holiday parties and games going on. Great time to show someone how everything works. We are going to show you our 3-pick power play. Sunday night football, Monday night football. Brock Purdy's red hot right now, going more on 258.5 passing yards for him. More on Bijan. We're going rush yards there, 74.5. And more for Puka Nacua. You know I'm a more guy. More. 105.5 receiving yards. Yep, more on that one. You know, the best thing here is how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, you can choose flex play where you get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the power play. No matter how you play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. I'm saying it just as Matt Patricia did in the quote that we showed you guys. Others have benefited from Arvell Reese. Again, you know, the attention on him, the game plan changing for the Buckeyes, the game plan changing for the other team. Benefits Ohio State, not just in the idea that they get to use Reese to spy on the quarterback or they get to use Reese to take a double team. Now you see it from other players. They're benefiting. It almost in a way, it was Arvell Reese's turn. Now it's Sonny Styles' turn. 5 games, again, since Reese had that last sack against Penn State. Sonny Styles' tackles are up. Tackles for loss are up. He's had to drop back a little bit and get into the pass deflection game. Sonny Styles has been very good since Arvell Reese has kind of changed the way he's had to play and teams have changed against him. Caden Curry is another one. Caden Curry, on a couple All-American lists, having a great season. Again, we showed you match Jack Sawyer this season, and a big help from that is, hey, they're sending an extra guard, an extra tight end to grab Arvell Reese. Well, now it's a Caden Curry one-on-one. His tackles are there. His tackle for loss are there. His sacks are there. Again, so, that's one way Reese is benefiting. Again, I noted the draft stock, but the idea of Arvell Reese, ball knowers know what he's doing for Ohio State and what he's done for Ohio State, which is why he's still on multiple All-American lists. First team All-American list. This is just CBS Sports for the Buckeyes. I mean, there's so many, a lot of consensus guys on there, and Reese listed over and over again. So despite the lack of necessarily statistical production, Arvell Reese is still helping Ohio State, and that can be seen from all over by many different sources there. Now it's time for the playoff, which is why I want to ask you if you think Arvell Reese will have a big playoff, whether it be getting after the quarterback, whether it be dropping back into coverage, spine, helping the Buckeyes. If you still believe Arvell Reese is going to get out there and get after it for Ohio State, I want to see you comment AR down in the comment section below. Let's get a break here. Mostly talked Arvell Reese in this one, but do want to note as the Buckeyes get closer to playing Miami, we told you guys Tegra Tshabola dealing with a upper body injury. Ryan Day said it would be multiple weeks for him that he would be out. We know that Gabe VanSickle and Josh Padilla will roll, as Ryan Day said, or change out, different drives, different plays, red zone. I don't know. Hopefully we'll see that. What we did see in an open media session for practice, as you saw there in the social, Tegra Tshabola still getting those backup non-contact reps, but Gabe VanSickle getting those starting reps. Interesting, Tshabola is still working. That lets me know that maybe Ohio State is getting better injury news than we thought to get Tshabola back. But VanSickle, as I predicted, this is what their offensive line depth chart will most likely look when they get to Miami. VanSickle at right guard, Padilla filling in here and there. Maybe it'll be like VanSickle filling in for Tshabola every third drive or so. Do think it's interesting that Tegra still practicing non-contact and, just getting in the work still a little bit. Upper body multiple weeks, but hey, he may be competing to still be in Ohio State's national championship run if he can be. I know you guys may be wondering and asking yourself, why do we keep talking about the right guard? Before the Jeremiah Smith-Carnell-Tate injuries, this was the biggest change everyone wanted the Buckeyes to make. Change right guard. Get Tegra Tshabola out of there. Let's make changes. Let's do this right now. Finally, it's here, right? I do want to keep updating you guys, letting you guys know what we're looking at for the right guard position. It's also kind of a what to watch for when the Buckeyes take on Miami. So again, keep your eyes on that right guard position with VanSickle, with Padilla, addition by subtraction. We'll give you the stats after. We'll give you the stats during how things look for the Buckeyes at right guard. That's why we keep talking about it. We will keep talking about it when Ohio State takes on Miami. And you guys know you hit that sub button, you get that opportunity to hang out with us during the games. It's free to sub. It's free to watch Buckeyes and Miami. We'll have the watch party, live scoreboard, play-by-play, giveaways. You don't want to miss it right here on the Ohio State Football Report.